everyone, I'm Miss Lanie, and for this first video in our YouTube jazz series, we are going to be working on turns. I'm not going to be including a warm-up in this video, so if you haven't warmed up yet, make sure that you jump on over to one of the warm-up videos on our page and warm up properly before we start. Also, I'm only going to be doing one side for each of the exercises just so the video doesn't get too long. So after each exercise, make sure that you rewind back to the beginning of the exercise and do it on the other side so you work both sides evenly. And let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start off by explaining a little bit of technique just to remind everyone in case you forgot. I'm going to be doing all of these exercises in jazz shoes, but feel free to wear whatever shoe you want to work turning in. And I'm going to do basic jazz preps and arms, but if you want to practice your ballet turns, feel free to do the exercises just turned out or with different arms. Feel free to modify it however you need to work on what you want to. Okay, first things first, we want to make sure that we are keeping our feet the same the whole way throughout the prep. So if you're starting turned out, you stay turned out the whole time, or if you're starting parallel, you stay parallel the whole time. We're going to start by learning just a little bit of the basic preps. So what I'm going to do for most of these exercises is go to second with your arms out in second, and then swing back to the fourth. My arms are in a nice little L here, making sure that this one doesn't come too far behind you. You don't want to be swinging that to get around. Just place it nicely, and it'll bring you around just fine. No need to swing. Also, my leg, we want to make sure that they're not placed too far back because that's going to take a lot more energy to go forward and move through. So not too far back and not too close because you won't really have anything to push off of. So a nice little medium back there for that. Make sure your feet are parallel and not turning in or out as you prep. They go out and down. Now move. When we do our turns, we're going to think about shooting straight up onto this leg here, hitting a super high as you can releve with your turning leg, and the other one's going to come to a nice high passe. Connected at the knee, so we don't want it flailing around anywhere. Nice and connected, bring it nice and high, and make sure you're not sickling your foot in or behind. You're not really putting weight onto this leg with this foot, just holding it right next to it. Our arms for these turns that we're going to work on today are in a nice first position. Don't bring them up too high, and make sure you're really keeping those shoulders nice and drawn down and back. And a nice, even first position. In order to do your turn, we're going to do prep 1, 2, 3, 4, turn 5, 6, land 7, 8. I'm going to land these in a parallel position so that later when we add a forward landing and a back landing, it's not so hard to switch between them. Another thing that's really important in turning is your spotting. So that is when you are looking where you are going to be turning to so that you don't get dizzy, and that's how you turn a lot without getting dizzy. So what you want to do in order to kind of practice this and to grow it a little more is you pick a spot to focus on, and then you want to think about going as far as you can without losing that spot, and the minute you have to turn your head, you want to whip it back to that spot as fast as you can. So a nice little, fun little exercise to do this, to practice this, is to just turn as fast as you can and whip your head around, practicing your spot. The second exercise we do will also be a good time to practice this. Some tips for when you're turning: make sure that you're pulling like you have a string all the way through your body and you're pulling up, 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 all the way. Think about pulling your ears to the ceiling, and make sure that you're keeping your core nice and engaged and not letting that kind of wiggle around, keeping it nice and engaged so it stays right on top of that leg. Okay, let's get started with the exercises. So we're going to be working 4 different exercises today, each working on a different aspect of turning. They're going to get progressively harder as we go, so for my younger dancers, if it gets to a point where you aren't able to do the moves, don't worry, just keep working on those base pirouettes. And for my older dancers, just wait, we will get to something harder in the end of the video, but make sure you are doing these first 2 exercises because it's really good to practice that basic technique. Okay, let's get started. This first exercise is going to be working on our balancing in your base pirouette 4. So it's going to go prep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, down 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really okay if you fall out of this exercise. That's almost part of the point, so that when you fall forward or backwards or to the side, you can take a moment to think about which way you're falling and try to correct that just a slight bit so that next time you're not falling that way and you're pulling straight up. Okay, let's go for it. Ready to go? Let's do it. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, down 5. Up 5. Down 5. One more time. Good job, guys. Don't forget to rewind and try this on the other side. Okay, this next exercise is one of my favorites for working on turns and control. So we're going to be turning in increments. So the first are going to be 4 quarter turns, and you're just going to do them one after the other. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, turn to the side and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, other side. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you're going to do 4 half turns, 4 3/4 turns, 4 singles, and if you're feeling up to it, 4 doubles, or however many you want to do. But make sure that you have nice, clean singles before you're starting to work on those multiple turns, because we want to make sure that base is nice and strong and solid. So let's do that with counts, and then we'll do it with music. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half turns. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the back. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the front. Then your singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll do another 4. Either you can do singles, doubles, or however many you want. Just make sure they're nice and clean. During this exercise, you really want to think about keeping your core engaged and tight and not over preparing for any of the turns, because that's how you're going to get stuck trying to stop yourself with everything all over the place. Okay, let's do it with music. working on our outside and inside turns. So an outside turn is when you turn away from your leg that's gonna be straight. An inside turn is gonna be when you're turning toward that leg. So outside, inside. Okay? So this exercise, to work these, we're going to be going in just straight into the turn instead of doing our back and prep, because this is going to be one that's traveling forwards. If you are in a small space, that's okay. Just modify it however you need to. If you need to go one turn and then go back the other way, feel free to do that. But I'm just going to do it facing forward the whole time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go step into our prep and do an outside turn, and then step that foot that was up forward. This is very important. I know that I have a struggle of always landing back. So sometimes it's hard to step forward, but make sure you're stepping forward for the sake of this exercise and the following steps. So we're going to go step and turn, step forward. Then you're going to do another outside turn. Now you're going to land forward again, but this time you're going to do inside turn, land forward, inside turn. Then you'll go back to your outside turns, and then to your inside turn. So it's going to go outside, outside, inside, inside. It's a little bit of a brain teaser, but I know you can do it. Let's try it out. So I'm going to do one pass going that way and one coming back. If you want to do it multiple times, feel free to do so. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to turn around and come back the other way. If you want to throw in doubles with it, if you're feeling really confident, feel free to do so. 5, 6, 7, 8. This last exercise is going to be a little turn combo across the floor for my more advanced dancers. So we're going to start out with a chaîné into a piqué. And you can do these turned in or turned out. So we got chaîné, piqué. You're going to plant this foot here, bring this up, and do a fouetté into a leap, a little turning leap. So we just went chaîné, piqué, down, fouetté, leap, turn up, keep turning out of that to prep with your left leg forward, or you're doing the other way, it would be right, but left on this side to turn, and if you want to throw a little tilt out of that, or just a little kick, feel free to do so, and then that's the end of that combo. That is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye!